Welcome back. Hispanic Heritage Month is not just about exploring history, but also looking to the future and the growing number of Latinx business owners.
In this report, we learn why one Latinx brand is getting national attention from big box stores and celebrities.
There's a lot happening inside the four walls of this building on Levy Street in downtown Brownsville.
Jen and I got together in 2014. We got married. And then slowly but surely, we knew we wanted to do something, create things, but we weren't entirely sure how we were going to go about that. And we really just had a dream and we went with it.
Jennifer Serrano and Veronica Vasquez, founders of JZD, welcoming us to their workspace filled with bright colors and machines that help make the magic happen. Jennifer telling us she quit her job to launch JZD in 2016.
I joined on Etsy, which at the time was the simplest way to start an online business. And I listed a couple of items. And then from there, it kind of built because we didn't have a lot of money to start the business. So we started with $200.
Here she is.
It was a Latina Power t-shirt that took their business to a whole new level.
Ever since that moment, we were like, okay, this is how we're going to grow. This is something that's scalable. This is something that the people actually want. This is something we're good at. And it's something we loved doing.
Ideas just kept pouring in.
We want our community to feel seen, loved, everything. So then that's when we tapped in. We were like, wow, this is what we want to do. And there's so much inspiration around us that we can keep on creating on it.
Celebrities sporting their iconic shirt, sales rolling in. They'd soon run out of room at their apartment, forcing them to find a larger space. And the team also grew. Their latest accomplishment, getting JZD into a big box store.
Getting those DMs and those comments and those emails of people being like, I know I've never met you, but I feel like I'm winning too. And I think that's the whole reason why Target even started the Masque collection, because they wanted to engage that audience. They wanted all Latinos to feel represented when they walk into a Target.
JZD product line expanding to include hats, bags, accessories, and so much more. A reason to feel proud of how far they've come.
I'm an only child. I'm an immigrant. My parents sacrificed so much to get me here. And seeing them be so proud of where we're at is just a feeling that I can't express, because I feel like everything that they went through is worth it.
Well, films often draw inspiration from a culture's myths or perhaps the folklore.
We'll share the history behind part of one Disney movie you might recognize next. Mythical creatures from Mexican folklore have gained popularity in the U.S. since they were featured in Disney's Coco. The sculptures are called alajibras.
Reporter Christine Flores shares what role this folk art plays in the Mexican culture.
They're big, colorful, sculpted from various mystical creatures, and a nod to Mexican folk art.
An alebrije is this incredible creation that comes from Mexico, 20th century Mexico.
The imaginary creatures have been brought to life for decades by Mexican artists, and more recently,
are those alebrijes?
Popularized by the Disney movie Coco. They are imaginary creatures that came into existence through a dream had by artist Pedro Linares in Mexico City.
Sometime in the 50s, Don Pedro was very sick. He had a fever, and according to him, he felt that he passed to the other side. And the world that he encountered was one of these incredible creatures. They had all different kinds of parts of other animals. His fever broke, and he felt that it was the alebrijes that helped bring him back to life. He woke up from his feverish dream and he was saying the word alebrije, alebrije, alebrije. Soon started making these creatures that he saw out of cartón, out of paper. And since then, his 3 sons and their families have carried on this tradition, and they make alebrijes that are gorgeous, that are collected by museums such as ours, as well as museums in Japan, in Europe, all over the world.
Mexican artists like Alberto Moreno Fernandez have also been carrying on the tradition.
Los alebrijes son sueños materializados.
He says alebrijes are simply materialized dreams.
The artists started building these last fall, and then they were shipped up here in 2 large container trucks in May.
The pieces were made to withstand the weather. They were put together on site and given the occasional touch-up.
So they're all paper mache. They have a metal structure, and then it's almost chicken wire that's got 5 layers of paper and 2 layers of a harder cardboard before they get the paint and the lacquer.
For Moreno Fernandez, this is his passion and something he has enjoyed doing for the past 17 years.
El alebrije ha sido un punto de salida en mi persona.
He says for him, an alebrije is a reflection of his persona. He compares it to the personal search within us, which will show the good and the bad in our everyday life. No matter the identity, no 2 alebrijes are alike. Moreno Fernandez says he lets the piece speak to him, and sometimes that means adding an extra horn, removing a leg, or adding a fang.
A well-made alebrije is a true work of art. The way it's made, and the way it's painted, the way it sort of stands so delicately.
Alebrijes now also have their own festival in Mexico City, where they parade the sculptures through the streets in a fun and festive way.
Very interesting, for sure.
And very colorful.
We'll be back right after this break.
That's right. Stay with us.